Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I believe we're having some technical problems with Sharath joining, so I'm not 100% sure what's happening, but I mean, oh, here he is. I see he entered. So shall we just give him a minute?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. All right,
No,
finally it's happening.
it's
Good. How's everyone doing? I'm so sorry something messed up, but finally figured out.
no problem.
How's
It's
everybody doing? Who's here? Okay, Pramod joined. There are a bunch of people. Eric, Carla, welcome,
yeah,
welcome.
thank
I
you.
think yeah, we're on a tight schedule. I know that you've laid down the agenda very tightly. So let's get this thing going. And yeah, we'll start. Uh, Welcome everybody. I'm so excited to bring sessions team to this session. So meta. Uh, we're just exploring this new experiment of bringing people from Threado's community and showcasing like their products to our community, and hopefully be a bridge to like for them and for others to like discover new products. So that's why we are here. And Savian generously accepted my offer and we're doing this session with the team. But yeah, let's get this thing
Thank you
going.
so much.
I think over to you, Carla, Alex, and yeah.
Thank you, Sharath. And firstly, thank you so much for having us. It's great to be here. And yeah, we're big fans of Threado and really helps us to organize our community. So a shout out to you as well. Um, yeah, so as you said, we're on a tight schedule, so I'll jump straight in. And for starters, I would just like to say that Sessions is a community first platform. Our community is very much alive and kicking, and we have more than 1,500 members and counting, and they keep us on our toes, they inspire us, and we really couldn't be on this journey without them. On that note, we also base our roadmap on their requests and make revisions and updates based on their feedback. So really, they are our rocket fuel. So thank you to our community. But I would like to tell you a little bit more about Sessions. So Sessions is the platform for standout customer-facing webinars, workshops, and demos. And yes, that's one way of explaining it. But when I tell my family and friends about Sessions, I normally say that it's like Zoom, kind of, but on steroids. So it really has everything that you would expect of a top video conferencing platform. So you can host large events in it. It has custom landing and registration pages. You can send out invites and reminders. It is 100% cloud-based, so people can join with one click. There's no need to go and download apps or anything. We have HD video and crystal clear audio, noise cancellation, backgrounds, everything you'd expect. You can take private notes and sync it with your email, share your screen, send reactions, chat, ask questions. And we also offer real-time transcripts that you can summarize later on, extract action points from, and even translate to different languages. And there is cloud recording and analytics, and so much more. So that's kind of the Zoom part. So how about the steroids part? Well, to explain that, we have to go back in time a bit. So about 2 years ago, Radu, the founder of Sessions, was the CEO of a big company, and he had to host quite a complex online meeting. And then he realized that he had like all these different parts that happened on different apps and platforms. So he had to schedule and find a time. He had to prep on a separate platform. He had to meet with a different app, use a whole lot of other apps to collaborate, and then follow up manually and send out recording links manually. So it's a lot. And it's quite a fragmented process. So he took this and said, well, what if we can create one streamlined, smooth workflow when we host meetings? And that is basically how Sessions was born. So now everything happens on one platform from the very beginning to the very end. But it is still quite a lot of work, right? So that is also why we've created workspaces, so that you can share the load with others. So you can create a workspace for your organization, define different roles for different people, and then work as a team to create resources and meeting agendas and events. And you can share everything with one another. And not only does this keep people from reinventing the wheel the whole time and, creating the same meetings over and over again, but it also ensures consistent quality. And it really saves people a lot of time. So one way of doing this is to come up with interactive agendas. So if you look to the left of your screen, you should see the agenda for today's meeting. And it's basically just like a plan, an outline for the meeting and the different topics. And you can preload everything that you need beforehand. And it gets embedded into your meeting. So for example, this slideshow is embedded into the meeting. I'm not sharing my screen. And you can do that with pretty much anything. You can do it with videos or websites or whiteboards, whatever. You can embed it into Sessions. So apart from that, the agenda also helps the speakers to stay on track and to stay on time. And the really cool thing is that once you've created an agenda like this one, you can use it again and again and again. So it really saves a lot of time, and you can share it with everyone else in your team. So at Sessions, we host a lot of different types of meetings, and one of our meeting types is demos. So we've created our set agenda for demos with everything preloaded that we need. And it doesn't matter which team member hosts a demo, they can jump straight in. They don't have to do any prep. Everything is ready for them to go. So it really saves our team a lot of time. But now you might say, okay, that's great, but I don't have time to come up with a million cool agendas. So that is where the Sessions AI Copilot comes in. And this is a new feature. It has already proven to be very, very popular. And it's basically AI that allows you to create agendas and interactive live polls within seconds. So all you need to do is write a prompt and the Copilot will do the rest. But I think it will be much more exciting to show you rather than to tell you. So my colleague Alex is going to show you how the Copilot works. Where's Alex? Let's see.
Thank you, Carla. Big shout out to the Threado community for having us today. It's a pleasure to showcase Sessions to you. First of all, before I'm gonna present you our AI Copilot, I'll be curious to know how many of you, and you can just send a reaction, how many of you have ever searched or Googled how to create a meeting structure for one of your meetings? I'm curious to see that. Livia, Carla. By the way, you can find the reactions in the bottom bar. Just send any reaction from there. Pramod, Daniel, Eric. Perfect. Well, this is the reason why we have built this AI Copilot. It's supposed to be your meeting assistant. And let me show you, I'm going to share my screen now. What it can do for you. It's exactly this, what we want to achieve. You shouldn't look on Google for the perfect solution, you should have it right here in session. And here is the AI Copilot button. And let's say I want to organize a webinar about Italian cuisine. I click generate. And now what the system does is searching through all the internet, and it's proposing to me a structure for my webinar about Italian cuisine. And let's see what it can pull off. I'm going to click use agenda. Introduction to Italian cuisine. That should be an overview of the webinar, an introduction to the world of Italian cuisine. Then I see the system has suggested us to discuss about the history of Italian cuisine. Here we can add, let's say, a video from YouTube where we can explore some of the most popular Italian cuisines that are available. And then we have different regional varieties, famous Italian dishes. And here again, we can brainstorm and add personal materials. You can, by the way, edit anytime the agenda. You can make it your own. The system just suggests you a framework for your meeting type, but this doesn't mean you cannot modify it or make it your own the way you want it. Cool. Wine pairing with Italian food. This is an interesting subject. Now let's go and try to generate a meeting agenda for, let's say, 15 minutes. Daily stand-up meeting. Those are regular meetings that happen in all the organizations every time the people meet in order to provide the status from yesterday and the current status for the ongoing part of the day. And let's see what the system proposes: an introduction, a progress update about the status from yesterday, challenges and roadblocks, if any, and plans of the day. This is perfect, and a wrap up. So we wanted to bring those kind of tools into your meeting platforms, so you don't have to search and use any other tools that are available on the market. We really wanted to give the full experience when organizing, hosting meetings all in one platform. And my last example would be, let's say we want to have something more customer facing, a product demo meeting. I want to showcase sessions, for example, one of my customers. Cool. So we have an introduction, we have an overview of the product with a high-level presentation. Here you can just add your presentation materials, either if it's a PowerPoint presentation like Carla had earlier, or a video, sky's the limit. And then you have a demo of key features, and we have the next demo to you, which will showcase what sessions can do in this area. And then you have a Q&A section and a closing remarks section. Well, I hope this gave you a little glimpse about what sessions can do. I'm really curious. Send us your reactions and your comments in the chat, and we'll be happy to discuss more about this. One of the next things that we wanted to present to you is how you can showcase your product in sessions. And here we have quite a Threado platform, which we have embedded. We all know from the sales that we collaborate with that it's very important during a sales call to convince your client directly in the meeting. So we got this from our customers, we understood how important this is, and we made this possible. It's our co-browsing tool, and what it allows you to do, it allows you to embed your website or digital product into sessions. And you should see what I'm doing now. I'm, for example, browsing. Oops, I think we have a small glitch. Not not sure what happened. It was working perfectly. Let me reload this. Okay, now it loaded perfectly. So I'm browsing Threado community website, and let's imagine you want to showcase your product to your customer. What you can do, you can click on the screen and request my mouse control. And this is exactly the kind of things that you can do together with your clients. You can showcase your product and let them interact with your product directly in sessions without having, and I see I have a first request from Daniel. Daniel, you now have the mouse control, and we are all seeing what Daniel can do. And those little things can make the difference between a closed deal and a deal which is postponed for later. Hope you enjoyed our demos. Let us know in the chat if you find those useful. I see we have a comment already. Thank you, Shade. Yeah, Jacqueline, would you like to try it? You can literally click on the screen and take the mouse control, and you can do this together with your clients as well. If you're having questions about how you can do this in sessions, you can send your, yeah, Shade now has mouse control, and we can all see what you're doing here. We could even log into the platform, and this is what initially I wanted to do, be able to log in the platform and let Sharath show us around what the Threado platform can do for all of us. But as he's having some connectivity issues and connecting to today's meeting, we just ended up showing you only the website. But you can literally do anything here. We support any kind of links, websites, digital products. Everything can be embedded in sessions and can be made interactive for your participants or clients. It's up to you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this. Carla, over to you.
Thank you, Alex. I also just wanted to add that it's also great for training. It's great for showcasing and selling, but also if you want to teach people how to use your platform, it's a great way to guide them, hand over control to them. Yeah. Right, so I think that takes us to the Q&A section, and this is another cool feature that Sessions has, is that if you look at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, you'll see a button Q&A, and you can ask your questions there. So it's very organized, it doesn't get lost in chat messages, and then the host can answer it and showcase on screen as they answer a question. Also, the system is smart enough that if someone types their question in chat, it'll ask them, would you like to move this to Q&A? So it just, yeah, it worked really well. It fights the chaos. So if anyone has, do you have a whiteboard? Yes, we do have a whiteboard. Would you like us to show you how it works? Let me see. Alex, if you can help me with the whiteboard, that could be cool.
Sure, I'm doing the changes right now. Just give me 1 second.
But in the meantime, feel free to ask your questions under Q&A and we will answer them shortly. And I see everyone has found the Q&A button because I can see the questions coming in.
Here comes the whiteboard. I've just added in my agenda. I have edited it in real time.
Yeah, and that's also an important point. Just an agenda doesn't lock you in. You can change it at any time because sometimes one needs to adapt. That's just how life is.
I just want to paste also a picture here. We also support images, so you can just copy paste.
Sharath is asking if we have any type of, where did I see this chat message now? Any type of icebreaker tools. And yes, we do. There's lots of integrations. You can, for example, put in a Slido or a Mentimeter, but we also have our own built-in polls, and you can use the AI Copilot once more. I'll try it now. I'll type in one topic.
Let's put the questions on screen, Carla. If everybody agrees, we can move to the next slot so we can discuss this.
Yeah, we can do that. And also, but I just wanted to quickly show, you can literally put up some type of icebreaker like this one within seconds, and everyone can vote on screen there and then.
And we have integrations with Slido and Mentimeter, which are quite popular tools for those kind of icebreakers. And if you want to take the polls in your audience, and they have all kind of interactive exercises, from choosing the country from where you are to quizzes and games and such.
Exactly.
So this is the way you can put the questions on screen. As a host, you can just select the question that you want to answer. We have today the questions anonymous. Otherwise, it will show also the name of the person that has sent the question. So we have answered this one. How do you embed the website that doesn't support iframe embedding, or just share the screen? The tool that I've showed you earlier is not through iframe, so it doesn't really, it's not affected by the website setting about allowing or not to embed it. So you can literally add any website or digital tool in my product tool, as we call it. We also have a tool which is called iframe, so you can embed websites and parts of the websites that you want to show to your participants, and those are, of course, those can be embedded or not depending on the website settings. Yeah, but not the tool that I've showed you is not affected by any kind of this setting.
Yeah.
Next, can I edit the agenda in a live meeting? Carla, would you like to take this one?
Oh, I just wanted to say something about the previous one. If a website does limit you and you cannot use iframe, you can share your screen. It is a possibility. Can I edit the agenda in a live meeting? Yes, and I think a good example is what Alex just did to put the whiteboard in. So the agenda is fluid. You can change it at any point. Before a meeting, during a meeting, after a meeting, you can edit it.
And I would like to add that you also have access to all of your previously created agendas. So for example, I can swap within seconds the current agenda that we have for this webinar with our product demo agenda that we normally keep hold through our website, or our customer onboarding agenda. We have all sets of agendas which are available inside our organization as sessions, in order for us to deliver all the time the same quality and consistency across our customer-facing meetings.
Mm.
So not only you can change it, but you can also replace it with anything else that you have there saved already as a template, or you can just create another one new from the scratch.
Yeah, or even remove it if you don't want it anymore.
Right, next one. Are the questions always posted as anonymous? No, this is the setup for today's webinar, but you can also make the questions public. When you have the questions public, it will show the person's name, and not only that, it will allow it allows you to also answer after the meeting ends. You know who has put the question. If you cannot answer during live meetings, you can also always do a follow-up after the meeting and answer the questions afterwards by taking the ones which have not been answered. This is the reason why we have separated them between open questions and already answered questions. So you have the possibility to do that also after the event ends.
Yeah, and people can also upvote questions.
I see another question. What are your plans, roadmap, and offers? We are about to launch integrations with HubSpot and Zapier, which are the first one is the CRM tool. The other one it's a platform that allows you to automate all kind of workflows. Those are in the pipeline. And other than that, we focus very much on our customer feedback. So if you are already using sessions, send us your feedback about the platform, because literally we prioritize everything that comes from our customers. It's topping our product development roadmap, and we try to build this platform based on your feedbacks and based on your needs. Next one. I think we already answered this. Yes, we have Slido and Mentimeter as native integration. So if you already have an account with Slido and Mentimeter, you can just use this together with Sessions in order to launch icebreakers. But Sessions also allows you to embed websites. So if you have, let's say, a website where you have all kind of interactive games and exercises, you can just embed that in Session and allow people to be in touch with you, discuss and see each other while doing all kind of interactive exercises that you wish them to have.
Yeah, and of course polls that I demonstrated earlier during the whiteboard, you can also use. Whiteboards.
I believe the question is if the outcome of the whiteboards are sent together with the takeaways. Takeaways is another tool that we have. It summarizes everything that has been discussed in the meeting automatically, by the way, if you have your transcript enabled. Our AI Copilot is also capable of doing a meeting summary for you automatically, and is really brilliant. It's able to extract also the action points discussed during the meeting and open questions and things like that. At the end of the meeting in Sessions, we send an email to all the participants with a recap of the meeting. We don't send the takeaways, but you have in your final takeaways email that is being sent a link to memory. We call this memory, and is the space that happens after the meeting ends, where people can just log in by accessing the same meeting link that you used to join the live meeting. You can go afterwards in memory and just check the agenda, check the presentation materials, the whiteboards. You can download screenshots, pictures from your whiteboards. It's able to export everything that has been worked during the meeting in different images formats. So we are not sending this with takeaways, but you do get a link to our memory where you are able to recap everything that happened, including the questions and all the chat messages that have been sent.
And the recording, of course.
And the recording, of course. Is there a dedicated app on your roadmap? Yes, we have the desktop version of our app available in 1-2 weeks from now, and the mobile version of our platform somewhere at the end of summer. I would say August, September, the latest. We know that from our customers, many of us like Sessions because it's a browser-based application and you don't really need to install anything to run your meetings. This is also good when you want to meet with others. It seems that according to our customers, people are reluctant to install new applications. So this is the reason why we have built Sessions to be a browser-based application. But for those that really want to install an app, it will also be available very soon. Let's see. Carla, do you want to take this one?
Current favorite parts about sessions. Well, for me, it's the agenda because I'm actually a really nervous speaker. So it's so nice to have something next to me that tells me, say this next. So, and of course, the agenda is not a new feature. It's been there all along, but it's still my favorite.
And we have recently added the option to add speaker notes. So if you want to add on your agenda items, speaker notes, that's only going to be visible for you only, and it should help you to guide your discussions and to not forget what you want to mention during your live calls.
True.
Will you have an LTD anytime soon? Yes. On the 17th of July, we are going to have an AppSumo launch where we'll have different tiers available for lifetime deals. It's a one-time purchase for those which are not acquainted with the terminology of LTDs. You buy a subscriptions once and you have it for life. You don't have to renew your subscription or to pay monthly or yearly subscriptions. So it's a one-time payment and you have the solution for life. And yes, we'll have this launch on AppSumo next month. If you want to get a good deal, stand by and check the AppSumo platform on the 17th for sessions. You want to take this one, Carla?
Yeah, do I have to create an agenda before I schedule a session, or can I simply schedule a session and create an agenda at a later time after my participants receive the invitation? You can create an agenda at any point. So you can schedule a session without it. You can have a session without it. You can add it in the lobby right before the session starts. You can build it there. You can even build it during your live meeting if you wanted to. So it's really, really flexible, and you can really do whatever you want. Yeah.
Let's see the next one. Really like the fact that we see so many questions. Can we switch agenda entirely with another one with one click? I think you need 2 clicks to do that. But definitely you can change the agenda, either remove the one that you already have with another one that you have in your templates, or create another one from scratch. But unfortunately, it's not only 1 click, it's 2 clicks if I'm not mistaken.
Should I change it quickly? You want? But yeah, it's really easy to do.
We have another question here. Will the mobile browser version launched instead of sessions live sometime soon? Well, all the major features that we have on our desktop will be available on the dedicated mobile app. And we are going to keep the browser-based version of sessions super light. We know it's difficult for people to work on their mobile phones. It's also very difficult for us to build this one-to-one functionality for desktop on mobile in a browser. So for those which are looking more advanced options, we will have the dedicated mobile app. If you just want to join a session or do simple things, the browser version without requiring you to install anything will always be available for you. How can LTD users support you better? Can be cheap keeping us here. Well, for us, it's very important in this period of our existence. Session has 2 years, by the way. It's very important for us to build this platform for your needs and for the customers. So the more usage we have, the better for us, and ultimately, hopefully, the better for our customers, because only based on your feedback we can make this platform to be. We are very ambitious. We want to be the best in the industry, one of the best at least. But this cannot be done only by ourselves. So the LTD users are super useful for us and super dedicated users. We know that they are very engaged with the product. They create meetings, they give us feedback, and this is more than we need. This is exactly what we need, actually.
Exactly. And tell your friends, spread the word.
Do you have any plan for an affiliate program? Yes, this has been requested by lots of our users, and we want to give something back to the community. And not only that, we will have an affiliate program. We will pay back those that will recommend sessions. They will get a part of the payment of their referrals directly in their wallets. So without directly at the payment time. So we will have this program available. We will announce everybody. It's going to be this summer. I don't want to advance an exact date. I know there are many people that have asked this for this one, but we really want to make this flawless and to be a very friction-free workflow. So stand by and keep an eye on sessions. We are going to announce this on our community as well, and also we'll be sending an email to all of our customers informing them about this program, and those that wish to participate will be able to do this. Yeah. Do you plan to open your API for developers to write apps for sessions? Yes, the first step will be done by creating the APIs. As I said, we are working on the HubSpot and Zapier integrations. Those two features that we're building will require APIs, webhooks in order to work. So once we have this in place, we also want to open the integration list for any developer out there which wants to integrate his app with Sessions. Sessions was built for integrations. It's not very common where you'll see a video conferencing system that is also able to embed stuff on the same screen. This is due our, I would say, cutting-edge technology, because we have literally a brilliant guy here at Sessions that has put the base for this framework. And this allows us to integrate apps very easily in Sessions, and we want to make this available for any developer out there or founders that wish to plug their applications in Sessions. It should be pretty easy to do once we have those APIs open. Can you show us how to send my notes via email? Well, you don't have literally to do anything. Just you have a tool on the bottom right side of your screen. It's called Notes. We have built this tool so you don't have to jump between multiple tabs to take your meeting notes. This is your personal workspace, so nobody can see what you are typing there. And once the meeting ends, Sessions will send automatically your notes to your email. You don't have to do anything for that. And what we have built, we have also built integrations with Evernote and Notion. We can also push the notes to your Evernote and Notion accounts without you having to copy paste anything. Carla,
What is the Sessions team most excited about in 2023? I don't know. There's something new happening every week. I guess the mobile app would be really cool. I think that's going to be awesome.
I'm a growth manager at Sessions, and I'm really looking forward for the referrals and affiliate program. I'm really hoping this to boost our visibility in the market, and also to recompensate our most power users and give something back to the community by referring us. Anyway, just to let you know, about 80% of all of our signups are based on referrals and direct traffic. So people are suggesting sessions to their friends and their families and so on. And we couldn't be more happy about this. This is the reason why we have pushed for these systems, because we also want people to have to receive something back for their actions. Any chance we can have an email button for notes too? I'm guessing that you like to opt for sending the notes on email or not. We're going to take this into account. It's interesting. Yes, let's take this one with the product team. Thank you for the suggestion. And one last question, and I think we're done. Should Sazila Ltd early buyers be worried with AppSumo deal limits price? Just want to get a better deal. We have promised Sazila community that we will never ever have a better offer than what they have received, and this is going to exactly be the case. You won't get. We have a limited set of LTDs which were sold on Sazila community, a community that supported us from day one, and they got a deal which will never be beaten by anything else that we are going to do further on. So the AppSumo deal, it's lower than Sazila LTD, but it's still a good deal, I believe. Thank you, Daniel. Really glad that we had you here.
Cool. So I think we've answered everything. Yeah, so I guess that's it for today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Threado, for having us. It was great to be here. And yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye, everyone.